Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions. You are watching I Watch. We're covering today a special that I wanted to do on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I just want to give my overall thoughts of this whole season. But I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Like this video in support of me, please. You can leave your comments below, and if you're new, go on and subscribe, so that you can stay in tune to what's going on this channel. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, y'all. Do y'all want to know my thoughts? Was season 16, that was entitled Sweet 16 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, good? No. Overall, no. Was it bad? Like, was it New York bad? No. The crazy thing is that they put, and I'm just inserting this, they put New Jersey on pause, and it's been on pause, for going on 2 years? Well, at least a year and a half, and they actually had a good season and could have had a reunion. Due to behind the scenes stuff, it didn't. They had a good season, if you guys watched the last season that they did. I can't say it's New York bad, but it's getting very close as far as what Atlanta is doing. Some have called us, you don't want to see black folks succeed on a white network. You're anti-black if you have anything critical to say. Some online said that we're not real fans, we are haters, because we want to stand up and believe in what we know what our show is all about, that we've been watching for 16 plus years, because they still took some time off. I think that it is totally insane for y'all to act like a black show can't be criticized, and somehow we just want the show to go. Now, I will say this much. Do I think the show should go if it can't remain at the caliber that we know it to be? Yes. 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 It's not what it used to be. And you could say, well, that's a good thing. Is it a good thing? Because what are we doing? And I'm speaking of this show, what are we doing differently to let us know that it's evolved? Because evolution, you should be getting greater. And I don't think we are, as far as with this show. I think that reality TV was the best when nobody knew what they were doing. They were figuring it out as they went. And I think that that's what made it special. Now the cast is self-producing themselves for everything. And that's what was going on with New York too. They were very self-conscious because of their careers. Now, it's rumored that they got their cast together on New York, so maybe they'll be filming pretty soon. I don't know. But it's just like, y'all can't say that these folks are really living authentic lives and showing them authentic selves. Yes, you gotta create a show. Yes, things are brought up for dramatic portrayals so that it could, but I don't understand, why can't the ladies come and do their job and then let production do their job? I think that we have weak production and we have a weak cast. Is there potential in this cast? Yes. I do not think that they have producers strong enough to bring out the best in these ladies, whether they are villains or whatever. Of course, you can't make nobody do anything, but I'm sorry. I don't see the strength. I don't see the thriving. I don't see it. What carried this season mostly was the Kenya and Britt thing. And much of the latter part of the season was just ridiculousness. Just like everybody thought everyone was starting out strong. And then all of a sudden it's just like, what? We thought Shamia was strong. We wanted to see her live. We were interested in what she had going on. Despite of us seeing her since, really, she's made she was in the background, but season 5, she was there. We wanted to see what Shamia had going on. What's her name? Kelly had going on. Angela, we wanted to see what she was going to give. I would say this, to be honest, I think Britt was tainted because of what got leaked out. I wish, since this was supposed to be, I thought this was unfair to the show. These folks signed NDAs at Kenya's thing, and what she did spread like wildfire. That was the whole gossip last summer. For about 2 to 3 months. We finally got to see what happened, and it still was controversy about it. But it was just like, you were tainted before you got on here. You didn't help yourself, Britt. Because you were doing stuff online, on Instagram, and you went to this podcast and was trying to say that you dethroned the queen. You didn't do yourself any favors. Other people lied and said, oh, you've been quiet. No, you weren't. So you did yourself a disservice. Outside of probably just being tainted, because there are people that actually do like Kenya. Even if they don't like Kenya, they love her for the show because of what they give, what she gives. Yeah. For me, as I said, I don't think that the show was good. Too many alliances, as we learned. They formed this pact. Like, why? In a way, I understand the newbies, because it's not really that popular for the newbies to band together. Normally the newbies get trashed, but it's just like the vets weren't really coming at y'all. Y'all was coming at them. Am I right or wrong, y'all? They weren't. And I'll say that Portia did towards Drew. But Drew is coming into vet status also. So I don't really count that. They weren't even coming at y'all. They were letting you live, and you wanted issues with them. I think you had a fair playing ground, but for some reason, too many were thinking of themselves. They thought, what could make this show splash as far as me being this and that, da-da-da-da-da. Kelly, you had one opportunity to seize, and you soon really deflated. You asked what needed to be asked. People said you were thirsty, cool. Mr. Carlos King, shout out to him, said, I don't think that there's anything wrong with someone being thirsty. I think it's the ones that now become desperate is when things become dangerous and all that. So, yeah. So you had your time to even be in conflict with Portia, and you soon just deflated and then joined her bandwagon. And I'm not saying that you have to be at odds and war and cantankerous with this person. I just think that, okay, well, when you had one question, and that was resolved, in the next episode or two, when y'all went to go eat or whatever, and nobody was asking the question again until Angela did. Angela did that because of the crap that Portia was doing to her. So, okay, so I do take it back. The OGs weren't coming for the newbies. Portia did. When she started mentioning Charles. That was episode 4. Yeah, so for me, Kelly, I don't know. I don't see you really standing in yourself authentically. I guess if you're going to just stand 10 toes in with what's going on in your family dynamic, I guess cool. But that's Giselle's thing. It's just like when you were standing on your own and going against the grain, you really stood out and people were liking you. And then it was just so easy for you to dive into seeing what is popular. What's going on in the waters? You didn't shake the waters anymore and shake the table. It was like, okay, the temperature is, let's go after Drew. It made no sense. I don't really want you here because it's just like, why? You're just going to just fall in with the crowd and what you think is probably popular amongst the group to do. And it's not cool. And the other thing I just didn't respect is that you were going through the same thing as Drew. It took y'all to about, episode 15, 16 to finally talk and have a real conversation to start bonding with each other? That is so whack and dumb. I'm not saying that a casted friend group doesn't take time to gel. I'm not saying that at all. But we had to go through all of this. Y'all came at odds and craziness for nothing. I got you out of the way. I heard that you have your restaurant right in time before filming this next season. Interesting. We can go with, let's see. Shamia, I just think you're whack. I think that you had grand opportunity. And you have an edge over all the newbies because you've been here. And as I've said before, that's why I'm going to be very hard on you. Do I think you deserve another chance? Nope. And the reason you don't is because you've been here. And you should know. And now I see that you done put this video out there and you apologize to everybody on the cast because you knew that you were lying and you were putting on. I don't think you deserve another chance. I think you need to go back into private citizenship, hang around Candy and everyone else that may or may not be your real friends, and enjoy the wealth, love on your babies, and no, you're not suited for this show. But they're going to keep you around because you actually give the luxury appeal that we've been begging white folks to give this black show. You flopped and you failed. And I'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, Angela, I think you've been the most authentic one, despite you now being the fan favorite. I get it. I think things were unclear, but I don't know how much that was on you or with editing at this point, because anything and everything that you had going on, you cleared up. So I kind of think it was editing. That's what's leading me to do, to believe. I'm not saying that you're infallible or whatever, but I don't think that you were coming on here to lie about anything or hide anything. I think you're great. I think that you do need some more training. I think you're flowing well. I think that you've had some floppy-ish moments, because in the beginning of the season, people really thought that you were coming in as a fan and Shamina and all that good stuff. And then all of a sudden it just kicked in and flowed. You were being the force multiplier and making stuff happen. And I think the role does suit you. I don't know how people are going to take you that now that they are onto you. That's the only thing I just worry about for season 17. We don't have anyone to push these girls to actually have conversations. So it's like y'all casting folk for what? Do you know what's on your team? What are the strengths and weaknesses? Season 6 of Roa is your blueprint. Everybody was willing to play and not just show up for a check. So I think that push yourself a little bit further. You're going to have to be more skillful in this force multiplying position if you're going to take it on. Take it on. Drew, you totally have done something that I didn't expect you to do. I'm gonna say this: I don't make no apology on any tweet, anything I've said in the video about you. It is what it is because it was true. I've seen you now this season stop all the foolishness, stop all of these stunts, and just came in and whooping tail. Drew Sidora is greater than Drew Pittman. Your husband is a loser, and I'm glad that you're dropping him. If we don't have to hear about him ever again, cool. However, he's been able to use you as a way to latch on to Atlanta people, so we'll probably never be rid of him, but I want you to continue to do what you do. Obviously, these folks don't know how to read. Obviously, these folks are empty-headed. Like, you've been... I heard that you owned well, I won't say own, but anytime somebody came at you, you were able to come back at them and whoop their tail. And you've risen above my expectations and have now turned my thoughts about you. And again, nobody can tell me, we knew it. No, you didn't. And I think that y'all liked her because of the celebrity Drew Sidora. She was not fit for Housewives, but now that she's out of her head and in the game, I can get with this. So please come back and continue to be who you are. Don't deviate, because you can go right back down to where I feel that you are. Britt flopped. Do I feel like things were tainted for you because of what happened? Yeah. Did you have opportunity, space, and time to turn things around for you? Yeah. And you didn't. And you showed us what you're not. I feel like many lied for you this season. Hyped you up. For what? They called you a baby Kenya, what? For saying that Kelly has heaven babies? I mean, it was dumb and low and despicable to say it, but that's not housewife stuff. That's not even a Candace Dillard read. Candace Dillard Bassett read. You didn't. If it wasn't for Kenya, you clashed with Kenya, you would be nothing. You would be nobody would be talking about you. You get headlines because of her. Yeah, just flop. There's just nothing more. I think we're going to be seeing more of your clownery, though. Not on this show, but even though you're acting like you need to go heal someplace, you love this spotlight too much. We're going to be seeing you around. Enough. Portia, we know you get a pass. And I hate that. I hate that. Because you're going to do the least amount of work, and you're probably one of the most highest paid people there. Y'all talk about Candy, but this one gets a pass because of her looks. And I hate that. You are the most self-produced person on this show, and I know you're not going to give anything else. I already know what your storyline for season 17 is. Now you are this boss woman, not by choice. It's because you have to at this point. Your wealthy husband, I have to put him in quotes, your ex-husband now, you don't have it anymore. And now people are going, you have not been that invested in Pampered by Portia, neither your Go Naked hair. But now I know you're going to boss up and start doing stuff. You didn't do that. You didn't have to do that beforehand because you always had a man. And you didn't really have to show that much as long as you were in conflict with Kenya. But you get a spinoff, or whatever you want to call it, a special, and flopped. I think you've gotten a lot of opportunities. You've gotten grace. But they're still going to let you by because of your looks and this bubbly personality that act like you don't know what's going on, and you do. That's the most I can really say for you. I think you flopped, and you did the right things for a fool. For a fool, and I mean it. If you're offended by it, I don't care. For a fool would actually believe it. Oh, she's sincere. No, she's not. She knew how she looked, and she knew what she had to do to try to make it look like, to get you off of her back. I'll never get off her back. She's not a good person whatsoever. Who's left? Cynthia, I don't understand why you're here. I'm hearing how people are complaining about you on the reunion. Because it's like, what are you doing? Why are you adding conversation to anything? Andy's asking you like you're mother hen and able to have all this insight. You are hardly there, ma'am. You're a different type of friend, but I just don't see you that involved. It's just a paycheck to you also. I don't know why you're there. Of course, I have already expressed how I felt like you were moving, even with Britt, and towards your real friend, Kenya. Yes, I'm Team Twirl, but I'm going to say what I need to say. Call it bias, I don't care. But whatever. I don't see why you're there. I can see you as a guest coming in sometimes, but you don't even need to be a friend. And Phaedra, I hate that we have to tolerate you. There's no point in you being here. The thrill is gone. You are living off of the remainder hype of what Traders did for you, and you think you are the star. I know why you're back at Housewives opposed to Married to Medicine. I forgot which content creator did say this, but Phaedra loves to be the smartest person in the room. Housewives affords that. I mean, look at look who she chooses to be friends with on the show. She really couldn't get with actual people in her same profession world. She couldn't really hang with doctors. She could not manipulate dip like she wanted to. They called her on her ish, and she couldn't stand it. And then all of a sudden they're mean girls. And you get over here. I couldn't give them anything else. I gave them all that I could give them. What did you give? Apollo. Apollo is your storyline, and now he's gone. he's going to be back season 17 because you are unwilling to really share your life. You're letting your boys tell their story. You tell your story, that's not going to happen. I wish you weren't back. Stay in game shows because you get a pass for whatever reason, and I don't like it whatsoever. That's what I think. One thing I'm changing overall, and a lot with housewife stuff, it's too produced, y'all. The marketing, the promotion, you people that have gotten close to these housewife stars are full of it. Some people I will never respect a day in my life again because I've seen how y'all moved. I've seen how y'all moved, and I will not respect. I am going to change even me consuming when they do interviews. Shamia and Kelly lied a lot during these interviews. It didn't match what they were promoting on the show or even at the reunion. They lied a lot on Britt. I don't even like speaking up for her, but y'all did. Y'all did. And I hate how y'all did Kenya. Kenya's still not throwing any of y'all under the bus. Even though Portia, with her weak mind, she was giving herself away during the reunion. She was helping Kenya at how to handle this whole Brit situation and how to get those photos out there. And that went over y'all heads. She didn't out-drew, nothing. She took the hit for y'all. But I don't think y'all really see Kenya for who she really is. She is that ride or die person. If she's in an authentic relationship with you. And now y'all turn against Brett, and now you want to weaponize what at the beginning. Probably y'all didn't think that King would get fired. That's probably what it was. But y'all are so weird to me as women, but whatever. Yeah, I'm undecisive of if I'm going to watch season 17. They're starting to film, so I guess at the beginning of the year we're going to get some more promotion. They wasted a lot of money on promotion for this to be a flop. Nene and Kenyon's not going to be there. Some new people are coming, so we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, but no, I don't have a good whatever. I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm not feeling it, and I'm going to be honest about it. That's all I have, y'all. Y'all get in the comments and just let me know how y'all feel. You think I'm really off? You want to cuss me out? Do it. I may cuss you back out. I don't care. But yeah, this is my thoughts. Bravo, you flopped. The production company, truly original. You've been flopped. The show has been in a reboot, reset stage since season 13. Anyways, I'm out. Like, share, comment. And until the next video, peace.